excited for this match. This one is going to be a fight, as we've seen both these athletes use their hands and head really well.
Arslan of Turkey will come out in the black and white with the blue, the red represented by Poland and SAHAKYAN.
Hard left hook there by SAHAKYAN of Poland. Now using those shoulders and trying to control something on a tie. Nice chest position by Arslan there as they went that finger lock. They played a little mercy in there, seeing who would be the first one to give. And the first one was the referee, asking them to stop interlocking fingers.
SAHAKYAN for the second time in on the left arm of Cengiz Arslan. Arslan both times has been able to clear away with ease. Pummeling continues. One thing, watching SAHAKYAN does a good job keeping his elbows tight, keeps them close to his rib cage. Tough to get any type of underhook established.
Right, no doubt Arslan wants to get in that underhook and dig it in there. He's going to score first on the passivity and put SAHAKYAN down and see what kind of lift he has and what kind of explosion he has on top.
Off contact, we go to Parterre.
Nice job with a little hook on the right-hand side as he tries to load up the gut wrench, and now he locks it up. He's going to slide it down a little bit, walk his feet to the outside and drive with those feet. Playing a little game there, kicking the foot out.
Good job underneath by SAHAKYAN. He's able to defend it, and he will survive without any damage. Really nicely done underneath.
Beautiful Parterre defense. Didn't allow Cengiz Arslan any motion or ability to get a good lock and lift.
The Polish wrestler is bleeding, so he will get some medical attention. SAHAKYAN trying to put the frustrations of this year behind him at these World Championships, and a bronze medal might be able to do it. He had a couple of near misses to qualify for the Olympic Games. 31 years of age, he wanted to get to Tokyo. He came up short in both the European qualifiers and the last chance in Sofia. Bronze medal would go a long way to putting some of the hurts back behind him if he can capture it.
Nothing like being vindicated after a tough year with a medal. Arslan of Turkey still being the aggressor, controlling that center and pushing SAHAKYAN out of the way. One of my favorite coaches is that coach of Turkey. He's a former, I think, 48 kilo, maybe 105.5-pound athlete back in the day, and he's been around Turkish Greco-Roman wrestling for a long time. Does a great job with the team. Talking to one of our great photographers, Tony Rotundo, and Tony had taken a picture of him, and he's about 4'10". And Riza Kayalp, and before the match, he was smacking him across the head, and he had to reach up way over his head to get to the head of Kayalp. Tony took a great picture and showed it to the coach, and the coach said, "Oh, please, please, I'd like to have it." And he sent it to him. Best thunderflap towel guy in the country.
What a great luxury to have a steady presence, a steady voice like that throughout the years that can bring some of the rich history into the mix for Turkey and let these young guys know about the tradition and some of the greats that he has been in the corner of throughout the years when you look at Turkey wrestling, especially Greco-Roman.
100%. And these are the guys in their 60s who probably can still get on the mat and teach holds and teach back arches.
That 4 feet 10 inch coach would put me on my back in a matter of seconds.
Wouldn't mess with him. But then he'd teach you how to do it. If
Exactly.
Coach.
He would. He said you did this wrong, and that wrong, and correct this, and that.
And then I don't know about you, I think I'd probably limp out because my body's not made to bend like that anymore.
So they are going to go with the headband version that is so common with these modern day gladiators. They lead with their heads so much. This time it's a cut on the ear, so they'll use the headband tape as extra reinforcement to make sure the original Band-Aid does its purpose on the ear. That's the way I bandage my kids. They don't like it. They don't think it's styling, but I said it's the proven method.
Hey, you know, I learned it at the World Championships. It's got to be correct.
All right, back to action. Second and final period. And you are going to see Poland try to get the tempo going. He's around the waist. Whizzer applied here, and a good job fending off the first true shot by Poland.
Really beautiful whizzer. And surprised they didn't call caution or 2 there with the whizzer kick as Arslan kicked in between, and Poland did a beautiful job of throwing that by. He's got his point on the board and holds criteria. The pace has really picked up as we've started this second period.
Changes a little bit now, and SAHAKYAN on the whistle.
Open! Blue open! Open!
Likes that reverse lift.
Yes, he does. He wants to try to inch his way into the proper position. Looks like he's a little high here, though. I'm not sure if he's going to be able to get to it. Now a quick explosion underneath. Yeah, you could tell that one was trouble from the get-go.
And if you don't lock, you know, those hip bones and get under that rib on that reverse lock, it's definitely hard to get a lift, especially with good motion by the Turkish wrestler.
He does have tiebreaker. Last point scored. No cautions up on the board, and 1 has been the biggest point allocated both ways. So Poland right now, and I say right now very cautiously, with the advantage. 90 seconds to go.
Right, and that line underneath the 1 point of SAHAKYAN, if you're watching at home and confused, you always know when it's tied, the criteria goes, in this situation, to the last point scored. The highest points, the most cautions. There's a lot of different ways to win in criteria, and there's a hierarchy of what that is, as SAHAKYAN has put in Parterre again.
Second time he's been down underneath. He had a really good defense his first time back in the opening period. If he defends it here for a second time, he's going to maintain the tiebreaker. Position goes for Arslan. Straddling on top, trying to set up really high around the chest. Still trying to get his lock. Looks like his hands are firmly locked underneath. Now you'll start to see movement from SAHAKYAN underneath into the stand-up position. Unable to get him turned, and SAHAKYAN is a bull underneath.
What a phenomenal job of SAHAKYAN running his hips into Arslan, jamming into him. Now Arslan says, I have a cut on my face. I need to get this cleaned up, and that might just mean he needs to get it cleaned up to get his head cleaned up. For the last 53 seconds of this match, he needs to sprint to the finish.
Little mental regrouping time coming up, not once, but twice empty on Parterre. You don't see that too often. Cengiz Arslan in some trouble with 53 seconds to go. He's gonna have to try a takedown or a throw without the Parterre position. Neither wrestler has been able to do that yet.
Parterre defense is tactical, but more than tactical, you just got to be tough. Getting your ribs squeezed that tight can take the wind right out of you. Nice little pass by SAHAKYAN, creating space away from Arslan of Turkey. Sahakian smart about taking a little peek at the clock, seeing there's 10 seconds to go here.
Poland delivers the bronze. Two wrestlers tangled up near the end, but Sahakian behind the second period point. Wins via the tiebreaker, and the 2018 bronze medalist from Budapest earns the bronze 3 years later. Bumping up to the 72 kilo category, no troubles.